Hi, we are Ferrodynamics, and the product that we've come up with is MyoGenera and N.E.S.T. The creators of these products are Sahaj Biani, Faye Deal, Annie Chang, Pranav Panmacha, Everett Tolbert Schwartz, and Darren Wang. Viewer discretion for the next slide. The current problem we are addressing is tendon and muscle surgeries, particularly the Achilles tendon surgery. Achilles surgery is the most common invasive procedure regarding the lower extremities, and about 1 million cases of this occur per year. This usually occurs within athletes between the ages of 20 and 29, and the procedure involves cutting open the skin behind the Achilles and restitching the tendon, which remains exposed for the entirety of the surgery. So what? Immobilization is a huge part of the recovery process for this surgery. This lack of movement can cause muscle atrophy, ischemia, and deep vein thrombosis. The problem with these conditions are that muscle atrophy, as seen in the top right image, slows recovery time drastically. Following this operation, patients are required to remain in a hard cast or boot for 6 to 12 weeks before beginning physical therapy, which the patient usually attends for another 18 to 24 weeks. During this initial period, much muscle atrophy occurs in the patient's leg, especially in the calf muscle, because of unuse. Atrophy happens at a rate of about 0.6% decrease of muscle mass per day after just 10 days of unuse, which after a 12-week period of immobilization is a 50.4% decrease of initial muscle mass, which can be avoided by forcing muscle contractions. Additionally, the problem with ischemia, which is an inadequate supply of blood, is that it can be deadly and slow healing time. According to the American Heart Association, approximately 3 to 4 million Americans have episodes of ischemia per year. Moreover, DVT is a condition in which decreased blood flow and blood pressure causes the creation of blood clots in veins deep in the body. And when they form, they can be deadly and can prevent the flow of blood to the healing limb. Because of these 3 prevalent post-op conditions, which all slow down recovery time, we have created our product.
So what does MyoGenera actually do about this? Well, in MyoGenera, a ferrogel coating is placed on top of the muscle as seen in the diagram to the right. But, well, what is a ferrogel? Basically, we take the biopolymer sodium alginate and cross-link or stabilize it with calcium salts. In the process of doing this, however, we suspend little iron oxide nanoparticles inside of the gel. These iron oxide nanoparticles are super paramagnetic, meaning that when exposed to an external magnetic field, they too become magnetic. As a whole, this leads the gel to have the very unique property that when exposed to an external magnet, its shape can be changed extremely easily. We are using this property too once the gel has been left inside after the surgery and the skin has been closed. An external magnet can be used to pulse the gel and internally effectively massage the muscle to help prevent atrophy. The reason it helps prevent atrophy is the stimulation of the muscle from the inside increases blood flow, localized oxygen content in muscle cells, and reduces inflammation. And moreover, MyoGenera, once inserted, is safe, as in the size of the iron nanoparticles causes them to not be dangerous to cells and they can be safely expelled from the body, and it is self-therapeutic, meaning that the external electromagnet can be used not in the hospital by a patient in a comfortable home setting.
So introducing our additional subproduct, N.E.S.T, which stands for Nanogel External Stimulation Therapy. This is essentially a 2-year plan that is supposed to combat the loss of money that we will be getting from the clinical trials in the first 2 years. So in order to sell this product, we believe it best to advertise it as a sort of luxury muscle relaxant, and we believe it can be used in the athletic marketing. Therefore, we can sell it to sports and companies like Nike and Under Armour. And for the wealthier audience and tech enthusiasts, we hope that we can sell it via online retailers such as Indiegogo, Kickstarter, and Amazon. The way that this product works is that on top it has a ferrogel packet, and on the bottom it has an electromagnet that constantly pulses. As the electromagnet pulses, the magnetic force on the ferrogel forces it to come closer and provide external compressions toward the muscle and offering a sort of massage to it.
So in years 1 and 2, while our clinical trials are being done, we will be selling N.E.S.T. N.E.S.T costs $20 to make per unit, and we are selling it at $40 per unit through other retailers. As for year 3, our main product, MyoGenera, will be released. This costs $22 per unit to make, but will be sold at $3,000 to hospitals. The reason we're selling MyoGenera at a higher price is because Achilles tendon recovery takes 18 to 24 weeks in physical therapy, which will cost patients about $8,000 total. And our product will be able to reduce that recovery time by half, Therefore, by buying our product, they're still saving a lot of money.
So as the sort of target audience or target demographic, for N.E.S.T, we're planning to sell it to other retailers such as online and sports retailers. However, for MyoGenera, we plan to sell it directly to hospitals, so hospitals can give this product at their discretion. Our main focus is towards active people, like people in sports and people that are looking for technologically innovative products. Our reasoning behind this is that for the Achilles surgery specifically, it occurs in 3 major sports: basketball, football, and tennis. And we plan to combat this by selling this to them.
So we've looked at the market surrounding N.E.S.T and MyoGenera, and we've identified some possible products that might be viewed as competition. The first of these is the circulation improving arm wrap and a number of massage guns that are in popular circulation currently. So in terms of N.E.S.T, our preliminary product, we've identified that most of our competition costs around $50, but can cost much more, up to $600 in cases such as the Theragun. However, ours can be, N.E.S.T can be sold much more cheaply, but what we believe with very similar profit. We are aiming N.E.S.T at a higher end demographic of active people and people looking for new technology, but at the same time, the lower cost widens the possible demographic, drawing in more customers. For MyoGenera, our final product, while there are external massage and muscle stimulation products, MyoGenera's internal properties and just simply greater efficacy means it doesn't currently have any true competition. And it can appeal to anyone having to undergo a large number of certain physical therapies, saving them a lot of time and money.
So Dynamics will have preliminary costs before starting the business. So we will need to finance raw materials, which are materials used to produce MyoGenera and N.E.S.T, which are our 2 main products. We will also rent a generic lab space, and to produce our products, we will need manufacturing supplies, PPE supplies, and furniture. We will also have clinical trials during year 1 and year 2, so our product, MyoGenera, can get FDA approved. Along with that, we will have annual costs for advertising and shipping our products, along with patenting, because we believe our product is unique and we have done in-depth research on this topic.
So our year 1 financial cost totals at $3.8 million due to our clinical trials. During this time, however, we will have our preliminary product, N.E.S.T, in the market to try and get our company name out there. In year 2, we don't have to worry about the clinical trial costs, but we will also increase our marketing and advertising to prepare for our MyoGenera's release. In year 3, we will release MyoGenera, which is when we will hopefully begin making a larger profit. In total, our 3 years rounds to $6.9 million.
For the first 2 years, Dynamics will mainly focus on clinical trials, so our staff will mainly be scientists, but we are hoping that the scientists can fill in for the positions of CEO and CSO, although we will have a professional COO just for business purposes. For year 3, our company will expand by having a CEO, CFO, and a marketing team. We plan to come out with MyoGenera this year and will need more business leaders to deal with shipping and advertising.
So, as we said before, in the first 2 years, Dynamics will conduct a clinical trial for the MyoGenera. To generate a secondary stream of revenue, we've decided to sell a product at the commercial level, advertising and selling to large retailers. This product will be the Nanogel External Stimulation Therapy, or N.E.S.T for short. The final product, MyoGenera, will be sold to hospitals in bulk for use in the Achilles tendon surgery. In our first year, we will be conducting a clinical trial for MyoGenera, selling N.E.S.T commercially and patenting these products. In our second year, our focus will be on finishing up clinical trials and getting approval from the FDA to sell MyoGenera. We will also continue to sell N.E.S.T and prepare MyoGenera for selling next year. Lastly, in the third year, Dynamics will be selling MyoGenera to hospitals and start making a real profit. To restate, the total for all 3 years is an estimated $6.9 million. Thank you all for listening, and please consider investing in Dynamics.